sergeant or the commanding officer, and he is not to do anything until he hears a command. The first command he's going to get is shoulder your firelock. Prime and load. Takes the musket down. Opens up. Takes a quantity of gunpowder, pours it into a small pan that has a little hole at the bottom. This is what he's going to prime with. Brings the musket about, pours the rest of the powder and the ball wrapped in the paper cartridge, and rams it down to the bottom of the barrel. You must get that ball down at the bottom of the barrel, or it will explode if it's stuck anywhere in between. Okay. He now puts his musket back on his shoulder, and that tells the commander that he is now ready to fire. He is now given the command, and nobody fires until they get this command. Make ready! Pulls the hammer back. Sets the prison. Present! Point at the enemy. Fire! And that's what's called a flash in the pan. Get out of everybody's way. Make ready! Present! Fire! Huzzah! Prime and load! This musket is a smooth bore musket. It shoots a ball, solid lead ball, that is 75 caliber, 3/4 of an inch in diameter, about the size of a nickel. This man is going to fire in a line of men shoulder to shoulder, with men behind him and men behind them, each firing over the other's shoulder in the front. He does not fire, no man fires unless they are given the command to fire, and they are given the command to load before that. And the first command he is given is prime and load. Moves the musket up, slaps his cartridge box to settle the powder. The cartridge is hand rolled with a musket ball at the top and black powder below that. The black powder is first put into the pan. The pan has a small hole at the bottom. Above the pan is a frizzen. He closes the frizzen to keep the powder in the pan. He puts the rest of the powder down the barrel. He takes the ball and the paper, puts it down, and rams the charge down. He has to make sure that that ball gets all the way at the bottom. Because it's smooth bore, it's much easier, but if that ball was stuck here and he fired, the barrel would burst right there. So it has to be down at the bottom. He then puts the musket up on his shoulder, and the commander knows that he is fully loaded and ready to shoot. And the commander is going to wait for all of the men in line to get there. A well-trained man-at-arms can fire 3 shots in 20 seconds each. 20 seconds, 3 shots each. The next commander he's going to be given is make ready! He pulls the cock down with the flint. Present! Point at the enemy. Fire! Prime and load. Notice that there is no command to aim. This is the type of musket, the smoothbore musket. The ball is going to rattle down when it's fired the barrel, bouncing back and forth side to side. The last place that it bounces before it comes out is the direction it goes in. So he could be facing and firing that way and the ball goes that way or that way. Doesn't matter. There's a line of men that he's shooting at. So if he kills that guy over there instead of the guy over here, it's going to get to them. The way they are fighting goes back to the time when they are using the bow and arrow. They shoot arrows up in the air and it rains the arrows down on the enemy. What we are doing is raining lead balls down on the enemy. If it falls down where a man is standing, he's getting hit. Make ready! Freeze! Fire! So. We advance towards the British. The British advance towards us. At a certain point, you're just too close to use the musket. So the command is given, fix bayonets. Bayonet has 3 blades. One on each side and one down the middle on the bottom. Makes a V cut. It goes in, leaves a gaping hole. Can't sew that kind of hole up. So the men are more afraid of that bayonet than they are of the musket ball. You might survive a musket ball, you will not survive the bayonet. Also, on the more modern being 1770s and up, bayonet, they have put grooves down the side. They're called bloodletting grooves. Before that, without the groove, when you stuck the bayonet into a man's body, the bayonet and the blood would cause suction and you couldn't pull the bayonet out. So what they did was they put their foot on the body, twisted and turned and pulled, and that left an even bigger hole. Charge bayonet! Huzzah! Forward, march! Halt! Imagine hundreds of men coming down like that, facing you, with you, hopefully with your bayonets, or you're going hand to hand. You're not surviving if they get to you with this.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Push in, push out. It was still practice if they went down, twist a little, and then pull out, make it a big hole. The effectiveness of the musket ball. During the Battle of Saratoga, Benedict Arnold, great American general, this is long before he becomes what we know him as today. Benedict Arnold is shot 3 times with musket balls, survives the battle, survives up until he betrays the country. So the musket ball is effective, but not as effective as once you get close with that bayonet. Take your ease, sir. Any questions? Any answers? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.